Look at that, so easy. All right. Welcome to Sipping the Tea. I'm your girl, Adele LaShawn, alongside the one and only.
AMB.
So today we're gonna get all into it. We got Tyra Banks dragging Netflix to court over the top model documentary. Now Tyra disappeared for probably a good. It's been about a good 8, 9 years,
And she should
and
have
now
stayed gone.
she should have stayed gone. She
Should have
should have
stayed
not
gone
even spoke on that documentary. We got
at
the Nolan.
all. It did her no favors.
We got Nolan Wells case out of Mississippi. That's a big thing that's been going on right about now. We got a Workday AI lawsuit going on, and a whole lot more. So grab your cup, get comfortable because we got the tea that's really hot, and we pouring you a cup.
Yummy.
So let's. Oh, you got your Stanley cup.
Got my Stanley Cup.
So let's get into the first topic. So we got Tyra Banks versus Netflix. So she decided she was going to sue them on June 13th, 2026 for defamation over the docu-series Reality Check Inside America's Next Top Model, claiming her
How was it
testimony.
defamation? How was
She said it was manipulated. Her testimony was manipulated.
really? So she didn't see the same special I saw. Because it wasn't it wasn't manipulated to me. She
Exactly.
volunteered all of that.
Yep. Her grievance is she gave a 3.5 hour interview, but only 16 minutes made it to the final cut stripped of context and reassembled to support a false narrative.
What was the false narrative?
Let's see. One of them was that she knowingly allowed a contestant to be sexually assaulted on the show,
True.
exploited that trauma for ratings, and then
True.
couldn't remember when asked.
True.
So I'm like Tyra. So she the main one talking about this reality TV. We need ratings. You know, she was an executive producer on this show. She's been in the reality TV
Mm-hmm.
realm for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And every person who I've ever talked to or every interview on reality TV says they cannot do anything unless you give them content. They
Mm-hmm.
cannot do anything unless you say stuff. So everything you said in that interview, you said. So how was it rearranged? You
I
did.
mean, and then when they asked her about the Shandy, because that was the girl who got sexually assaulted, she was just, "Hmm, well, oh, I can't think of anything that I could have done to help. Really? They looked at her as a mentor, like a older sister, and she was supposed to be responsible to make sure that nothing happened to these young girls. These were teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
And then that thing with Shandy, I remember that clear as day. That was so wrong. I still feel bad for that girl because they did not protect her at all. And they all knew, and no one stopped it.
Mm-hmm.
Tyra, like her up there, it was just like she was on another dimension. She didn't register anything. And I really believe that she is so psychotic and so delusional that she thinks she did nothing wrong.
Yeah, at some point, even reflecting on it, like at the time, you may have not even saw it because you really didn't look at the footage, so you don't know what was going on.
That
But
hoe saw it. And I believe that she would select different pictures, certain bad pictures to go with a storyline because somehow it's always one person had these horrible pictures, but they've been having good pictures before. So how did they all have crappy pictures then? Because you picked it. You
yeah,
were concocting a story, a narrative. And then she goes, "Oh, well, I did it because you guys, America demanded me do it. Y'all demanded me to do it. No, the heck we didn't. We didn't ask
mhm.
you to do none of that stuff. You did it yourself."
Yeah, the
And they were so
accountability.
rude and so ugly. The way they were ugly to what's her name? Yaya.
Hmm.
Tell me, you come with this because you're African and you have this air and this attitude. Really, Tyra? Really, Tyra?
Yeah, it was at first I didn't really realize it, because we be watching it. I guess I think it was like Thursday nights or Wednesday nights it came
Hmm.
on. It was good. You wanted to watch it.
It was a different time. That,
But
that
when you
golden
think
age
back
of
on it,
reality shows.
yeah, when you think back on it, it's like the way those girls were treated was horrible.
It was awful. Yep.
hmm And Tyra, they didn't get her any type of help. They didn't she was drunk. She was halfway
Hmm.
passed out. I do remember that part. And
Hmm.
then they tried to make her the villain,
Hmm.
basically. And
Yep.
then had her call her boyfriend
Yep.
on TV
And
recording
exploited
it.
all of that.
And he was losing his mind on the phone.
Hmm. And she was too. I was like, Lord, I hope she don't jump off the balcony or something because it was ugly. It was real ugly. And I would think if I was the Tyra, I definitely would have been like, cut the camera. Production got to go and stop this because she's been drinking. They didn't feed those girls really,
No,
and
they
they weren't
didn't.
sleeping. So they were
hmm
already, dealing with things that would alter their mind and their mentality
hmm
for views. And so then I see this girl who's not eating, who's been drinking, having this interaction. Yeah, I would have stopped it if it were me. I would have stopped it.
Yeah, and they have, I know the rules have changed now, but
Hmm.
they have people on set now, producers and different things that can stop recordings and stop footage when stuff is going
Hmm.
on. But back then it was all about ratings, ratings, ratings. We're gonna do whatever we can to get these ratings up.
Hmm.
And it used to be wild on reality
It
TV.
was. It was
Real
uncharted
world,
territory. Oh yes, Lord, that's the real world. The real world is
road
the reason
rules.
why we have reality TV the way that it is today. The real world ruined it for everybody. And I watched it religiously. I mean, I watched every season up until like the last few seasons. But that season when they were in Louisiana and New Orleans, when with Trishelle and Elton, uh it's a
Yeah, that
black
was Las Vegas.
Vegas. Okay, that show. I mean, it was hot from the minute the show started. I'm just like, oh my god, this is the best show ever.
Yeah,
This is the best season
I
ever.
know.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, the
Yeah,
real
that
world
one
and
was crazy. Yeah,
Flavor of Love, Rock of Love, I Love New York, the golden age of reality
yeah,
TV. I
yeah,
mean, stuff that could not fly today. It was perfectly fine back then.
yeah,
It wouldn't fly today though.
yeah.
But it was a
But
good time to be like, remember Tool Academy that came
yeah,
on? I mean,
hmm
golden age, man. Golden age.
yeah. And Tyra, she cashed in on it,
She
but you got
did.
off.
She
But
did.
Tyra, this lawsuit, like you offered that information to them,
That came out of your mouth. And then you fully know how recording and editing goes. You know they weren't going to use the whole 3 hour interview of yours. Like, you know better.
hmm
You've been in the business. How long you been talking about? I was a model at 13 and Miss J. How she did
hmm
Miss J. That hurt my heart.
Yeah, she
Miss
don't
J,
talk to any of them.
I know.
It's
And she need like I don't know if you ever saw the last season or so of Top Model.
mm-mm.
They did they tried to bring in like a reality thing where people can vote for who they want, their likes and stuff, and that's
Mhm.
used in scoring. But Miss J wasn't there, Mr. J's not there, and uh Tom,
Nigel.
Nigel, thank you.
hmm
Nigel. Those three and Tyra, their chemistry made the show what it was.
hmm
So if they're not there, it looks
Yeah, it
it
didn't
was
make
weird
sense.
at all. You need
hmm
Miss J and Mr. J, and
hmm
and I really believe that Mr. J believed that Tyra was his real friend. I truly believe he thought that, and I
Yeah,
felt bad for all of them.
yeah, because she don't even try to talk to him. I'm like, Tyra, come on.
Like, how could you not even send a card to Miss J, the
Mm-hmm.
one that taught you how to walk.
Exactly. You wouldn't be where you were at if it wasn't for him taking
If it
that opportunity, taking that time to teach you.
told her and won't even send a card, call, nothing. Nothing. Trash.
Yeah.
So now whatever, Tyra, you're not gonna that's not gonna work, ma'am.
Yeah, it's probably gonna get thrown out of
It
court
should.
because
It should.
it's
But she's
just
crazy.
too much against it.
She
So
delusional. She delusional. Hmm
Tyra got Tyra, I can't even say you got to get it together. You just it's gonna be a
She needs to
mess.
go away. I think that she really believed that with this interview, that it was going to revive the want for another top model show to come out. And it's just not that way.
Hmm.
We're not interested.
Yeah.
We're not. Sorry, but no.
It actually did the opposite because people started looking back at the clip saying
Mm-hmm.
this is how she was treating people. It
Mm-hmm.
just made you look worse,
Right.
bringing it back up.
It's like I went back and was looking at making the band, and then all of those puffy interactions. Looking at it now, it's like, oh my lord,
Hmm.
wow, he was really a freak on a leash.
Yeah. See, they were when they were talking about walking to go get cheesecake. That's when I knew I would have made my exit.
Oh, I
It
wouldn't have
wouldn't
been
have
there.
been.
I wouldn't
It
have been
wouldn't
there.
have been nothing. I'd be like, "Yep, I'm
Mm-mm.
gone. Mm-mm.
There's
You ain't
no
having
way.
me walking no miles for cheesecake. Nope."
Put some cheesecake.
And then it was gone. Yeah, no. Reality TV for you.
Mm. That was good times, though. I mean, the
It
fights.
was.
Oh, the fights.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
and
Yeah,
go ahead. I'm
Megan the
listening.
Van, with Megan the Van, I remember it was one where Ness and what's his name, Freddie. I think his name was Freddie. They got in a fight so bad he was basically holding him in a chokehold. I was
Yes.
like, he gonna choke this, he gonna choke him to death.
Yep.
I remember that. So
And they fought and Ness's pants fell down and got ripped.
mhm.
And then you got Babs. Let them fight. Let them fight. Let them fight. Oh man,
That was a time.
it was, man. It
And when
was.
Bad Girls Club was really original and
Oh,
authentic,
oh my gosh. That first season with Ripsy getting drunk.
yeah.
Oh, I was
Hmm.
hooked. I said,
And
I can't
Ty
believe her.
when Ty and Amy got in that fight and she knocked her out them flip flops at the beach.
Oh man. I
Yep,
forgot about that.
yep, she
Yeah.
fought her out her flip flops. I was like, Ty was like, I'm going home.
I
Those were the
follow Amy on MySpace back then. Because I loved
uh,
Amy. I love her little emo uh self. I loved her. I was like, I like this girl. I like her. Now I'm gonna tell you who I didn't like. You remember Ripsy's friend, the skinny girl. I can't remember her name.
Zara. I think her name was
Zara.
Zara. Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember when Zara was going and was hanging out with Ty and the other black girl, Leslie.
Leslie. Yep, that's her name, Leslie.
Leslie. And so they was going to a black club, and Zara didn't want to go in because she's scared of black people.
Yeah, that was. I'm like, why are you here? Why are you
Right.
even?
And then why would you sit there with two black girls in the car with you?
Yeah, see,
There's a
that
lot of
was.
black people, I'm afraid.
I'm like, girl, I would have just said, I would have just pushed out the car.
It's like, no, we should be afraid, not you.
Exactly.
And we'll come to that topic later
Yes, pretty
about
much.
being afraid.
You got to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. I watched Bad Girls Club probably up into, I want to say, because they started just acting crazy. I think I stopped after Natalie Nunn came
That was the
on.
season I
After that
stopped. After
season.
that season, yep,
Hmm.
I got tired after that season.
Yeah, but I remember all of them. I remember I can't that girl Tiffany when they was getting in a fight with that club, the two Ambers.
Oh man, yeah. And then remember Tanisha with the pop off.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna
Tanisha
see because of
Tarab.
you. You ain't gonna sleep other me.
That was hilarious.
It
That's still
was.
classic.
That was
Her getting
great.
in fights, then they racially profiled her at the end. Tanisha, and she got arrested, and she wasn't even involved in the fight. Remember that?
Oh man, I don't remember. Tanisha got arrested.
Yeah, she got arrested. She wasn't even. It was a club fight. She wasn't even involved in the fight,
Oh,
and she got arrested at the club. Somebody else was fighting in the group.
and that was the scene with Genevicia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Gotta
yeah,
go. I might go back and look at it. I
for
want to look some
real. Because
clips.
they have Bad Girls. They have a Bad Girls Club channel on Pluto.
Oh, for real?
You can
Okay.
watch all the I Love shows on. It's a channel on Pluto called Dating Disasters, and they play all the seasons of Flavor of Love, Rock of Love, I Love New York, over and over.
That's
And
funny.
I watch it over and over.
I came across Heidi on
Oh Lord.
Instagram.
Hmm.
Her and that hair.
She stay a hot mess.
Oh, the
But
rock.
she
Yeah.
seems good and happy in her hot messedness. So
Yeah. Hey,
hmm
it's whatever with Heidi.
yep. Hottie is hottie. And the ding ding every time she blinked.
Yeah.
That was funny.
They knew what they were doing when they did that.
They did. I mean, because I I just put the chicken in the microwave and I hit the button that said chicken. And it's gonna be totally healthy because it's not gonna be any heavy oils and grease. And I think the mom's gonna like the recipe. A, a raw chicken, a whole chicken in the
Yeah.
microwave.
She just, yeah.
That was great, man. That
Yeah,
was
that was
great.
a time. Because the way they looked at that,
It was great.
he was like, who did this? She ain't say not one word.
She was looking
Quiet as
around like,
mouse.
who was it? I don't know who it was. It was you. She took no ownership of that chicken at all. And
Heidi
I
was
don't
funny.
blame her either.
I wasn't either. She did. That was good TV though.
It was
It
great.
was organic.
I loved it. Loved it. And here's the part that was crazy to me. I couldn't determine if the girls really were attracted to Flav because I was just I was I'm gonna make have a made up word. I was in confusement about about this. I said, surely they see what I see. I wouldn't have made it past the first episode or the minute Flag was like, oh, how long would it take me to kiss your mouth? Never. Like I'm just here for TV. I came for some to be off of work and to get some free alcohol. I didn't come to kiss you.
Exactly. And he just
No.
was, yeah, he thought people were, he was a catch and just looking like, yeah, no, Flav, no.
So do you think that New York was acting or that she really loved Flav? Was it an act with her? I mean, she slept with him, so I don't know.
I don't know. I think she saw something in him. Maybe she saw something in him that she was attracted to. So I think at first maybe it was an act, but maybe she did end up falling for him. I don't know with New York. It's hard to tell with Tiffany Pollard. So I don't know.
There's no way. I mean, there is absolutely no way. And like he was sticking his tongue down them girls' throats, and I was just like, wow, is this real? Is this real? Remember the girl who pooped on the floor?
I'm trying to remember who that was.
Her name was something. She was on
I
the first. It was the first episode of season 2. That's the one with Delicious and Boots and Bucky.
mm-hmm.
And so they had their first elimination, and so they were getting ready to do the toast. You see something bend down and then get up, and then she scooted around and quickly went up the steps. And so then that's when everybody was like, what's that smell? What's that smell? She left poop on the floor because she works in the she worked in the past as a female entertainer
Mm-hmm.
and had lots of movies out. And so she did a lot of scat play.
Oh.
Yeah, and a lot of, yeah. So her muscles in the back wasn't strong enough. So like a bird, it just it comes when
Just
it
fell
comes.
out.
Just falls out.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Uh, put on a diaper or some underwear.
I'm like, how does one decide that they're going to just take a dump on the floor? I've never
I don't know what that's why did she get eliminated or sent home?
she lasted for about 2 or 3 episodes, and
Okay.
she got mocked and ridiculed relentlessly by the girls. And then Flav would be like, "Man, she shattered on my floor, and I'm trying to get over it. I'm gonna try to get over it." And then he was just like, "Well, I had to let her go. I couldn't get over it." Like, yeah, she should have been gone like that night. I I would have left just GP out of humiliation. I pooped on the floor. An adult
Hmm.
poops on the floor, and you have no shame about it. None.
She hung around. See, I
She
gotta
hung
go back.
around.
I gotta watch that now.
And then she was like, "I'm glad I did it because it made me stand out." I mean, but you
Not
getting
in the
called
way you wanted to.
right, you getting called Boo Boo Sparks as a. I mean, look, I used to be I used to work at a juvenile sex offender treatment facility, right? So
Hmm.
there were little boys that were offenders at starting at the age of like 6 to 18, 19. So there was one kid, he was affluent, and his dad forced him to be in this facility. He liked to, be in his class, and he would, whip it out and
Hmm.
do his thing. So he got made fun of relentlessly, right? So one of his classmates on the hall he lived on wrote on his door. He was complaining to me about it. Wrote on his door, Master B, like Master P, Master B. I laughed so hard when he told me that. I'm like, I'm so sorry, but that's funny. I'm sorry, that's funny. But I'm just using that as an example for Boo Boo Sparks.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta
Boo Boo
go back
Sparks.
and watch that.
I'm telling you, all the seasons. It's great. And I found out that he was in a long-term relationship during each season, and the girlfriend or his baby mama lived in the house too.
Yeah, I remember that. I saw that about how she was in the house with them. I'm like, how you?
And then, like, he was supposed to be when Delicious won on season 2, they were supposed to be dating, and they were already casting for season 3, and they're supposed to be together. He wasn't serious about it. He was there for the check. Same with
Yeah,
with
yeah, he had
Brett.
to. We know Flame was there for the chick.
He was there for the check. I mean, I don't blame him. I would have did it too. I could get 20, dumb, stupid girls coming and will allow me to stick my tongue down their throat for some
Hmm.
exposure. Hey, come
Yep.
on.
Making him relevant again.
Stroking that ego.
Hmm. Yeah, well, we had fun going down memory lane
Yes,
with
yes.
reality TV. Look, Tyra, she got us going down memory lane.
Hmm. I mean, she is a part of the golden age of reality TV, but she just should understand that the way that she's used to doing it ain't gonna happen this time. It's just not
Hmm.
gonna happen. She's
Let it go.
It's time to let it go. Unless you do like you had intended on doing, like the first season where she was more of a mentor with them, but
Hmm.
then after that was over with, it became a gimmick. I noticed that none of the winners really were successful.
Hmm.
Same with like American Idol, all of these reality game shows. It's never like put on for real. Like, why even bother with doing it? If I'm gonna win, like Ruben. You win. And you had a generic album that, folks here listen to because we know who you are. But then
Yeah,
you just,
you Ruben.
you're Ruben. But then you fall completely off. And then the runner up, Clay Aiken, has a better career with more longevity than you.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only like real successful winners would be Kelly
Kelly
Clarkson,
Clarkson.
and then Carrie Underwood. Did she win or did she was she
She won.
okay? And then her Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
But the rest
Fantasia.
of them,
Fantasia
Fantasia
do
didn't
all
win.
right.
Did she win? She didn't win, did she?
I think she won. Yeah, she did win.
Okay, well then Fantasia, Jennifer Hudson, she didn't win.
Yeah, because she was on the same season as Fantasia.
Ah, okay. Well,
Yeah.
Jennifer Hudson has a better voice to me than Fantasia.
Yeah, they got them different styles.
Yeah, it's different. I mean, I would listen to both of them. Fantasia is more Patti LaBelle like in her
Mm-hmm.
singing. So, and Jennifer Hudson is more like Etta James ish, kind of. She's more a traditional vocalist, and she's a voice, Aretha, that type of voice, strong, powerful
Yeah,
voice.
it
You
can be
know,
like that at times.
I mean, she's got a better voice than Beyonce.
Well, Kelly has a better voice than Beyonce too. So Kelly
And
Rowland.
yeah, and then Latoya had a better voice than Beyonce too.
I'm trying to think. Okay, I had to remember who Latoya was.
And
Okay.
pretty
Yeah,
much
she the one that she
everybody,
did marry. Okay, I had to remember.
yeah, pretty much every Destiny's Child member had a better voice than Beyonce. But Beyonce has the looks and her father.
Yeah, my dad was over a group, you know. I would be put in the front too if I was that age.
Yeah.
Hey,
But it's like she was already solo anyway. It was like Beyonce and them.
yeah, Beyonce and
And her
Destiny's Child.
backup, yeah, and her backup singers.
Hmm.
So she was already solo, if you ask me.
Yeah, he just made it official.
She made it official. And I didn't like that song, the Crazy in Love. I hated that song. So of course, if I hate it, then the world loves it.
Yeah, I like Baby Boy though. I like the island vibe on it.
I do like the
Crazy
beat.
Love.
I like the beat of it,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't like her on the track, but I like the beat.
You like your
Look, 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 my dislike of Beyonce has gotten better over the years. I don't full out hate her like I used to, but I don't really want to hear anything that she's singing either.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Now, Rihanna, now I still strongly dislike, but it's not as bad as it used to be because I guess if we've gotten older and more artists have come out and the music has declined so badly that if you look back on the 2000, 2010 era music, like it was
Mhm.
way better than it is now, even though
Yeah,
back then it was crap and we hated
yeah,
it back then. And now it's like, man, this was so much better than I thought it was.
yeah. At least they had catchy tunes and could sing hooks. At least carry a tune.
And they came up with better lyrics than my booty is pink or my thing is pink and my booty hole is brown.
Who
Like
sang that?
sexy red.
Oh, I don't even pay her any attention.
I don't either, but when I heard that, I was like, wow, this is where we are now. This is where we are. My lady parts is pink and my booty is brown. That's where we at.
That's the
That's where
life.
we are. That's what we got to deal with.
I'll stay in my 90s R&B,
My 90s and early
and
2000s.
2000s.
If you have Sirius, the Fly Channel, that's got
Okay.
the Fly Channel. I listen to the Fly Channel, the Heat Channel, sometimes Hip Hop Nation, and sometimes Shade 45. Oh, and I don't remember the name, but it's a R&B channel too. It's something, but yeah, but the Fly, that's primarily where I stay at. My 90s and 2000s.
Okay.
That was the last. We were the last group that had decent music.
I know.
Last ones.
Yeah. So we're gonna skip to the next topic. So we're gonna talk about Nolan Wells. I know it's been a big thing going on. It's Ocean Springs, Mississippi. They found his body. I want to say it's been about a week and a half, 2 weeks now. Oh no, his body was found on July 6th.
Mm.
He was hanging out with a group of friends that were, in that instance, they were all white on Horn Island. Basically, it's a
Mm-hmm.
barrier island 10 miles off the coast where you have to take a boat into the island for the 4th of
Mm-hmm.
July. His friends returned, but he did not. I'm not sure why you would leave your friend. I don't care what it is, hook up, whatever. You go together, you leave together. That's the rules.
Correct.
Um, it was a video showing an argument on the island that circulated. Let's see, a mother of one of the friends said Wells chose to stay on the island when the others left because he wanted to talk to a girl. We now know that Ben Crump has gotten involved in the investigation. He has had the regular autopsy, and then the family hired a private MD to do an autopsy on him.
Mm-hmm. As they should.
So, as of right now, no results have been released for the autopsy. Cause of death has still been undetermined, pending toxicology. So, I know you want to add a little bit of this to this AMB.
Well, when I saw the picture of Nolan Wells and his friend group, I already knew that he was no longer with us. And I don't understand how, say the story is true that he stayed on the island to be with the girl. Why was his phone not with him? Why was his phone with the friends, his friends? Why were you deleting messages? Why did you not post a, I hope to find my friend, or, some sort of rest in peace for your friend? Why did y'all all private your social media accounts and lawyer up before his body was even found? It don't make any sense. It makes no sense. As a person who has been in a PWI, a predominantly white environment, I understand, or institution, not an environment, institution. I understand being the only black person in a friend group because I was the only black girl in my grade for years. But my mother never would let me like spend the night over people's houses. Um, I never had, I, I never was in fear with my friend group, but then I'm looking back on some of the microaggressions that
Mhm.
I experienced back
Yeah.
then, and I could fully see something like that potentially happening. Because if you've ever noticed that when white people come into our space, like clubs or parties or whatever, they get a red carpet welcome. We welcome
Extremely
them.
welcome.
Yes. But
Hmm.
then if we go into their space, it's eyes, and you're automatically uncomfortable because you have people
Hmm.
looking at you. And they're just thinking something heinous. Because I mean, as you've seen, since the dumbass won, that the racial animus has ticked up like exponentially.
Hmm.
And I fully believe that these people, those kids, did something to him, because it makes no sense. You don't leave your friend. Like, how could you lose him? He was one of the only black people there. He came
Hmm.
with you.
Hmm.
So I have questions. I have issues with this whole thing. It's just it's crazy. It's terrible. I feel sorry for the mother, the family.
Hmm.
Um, Him losing his life at 18 is tragic. And the fact that his friends are acting like they couldn't care less is telling to me. It's telling.
Yeah.
I don't believe anything that any of them say. I need to see a separate report because people are getting lynched in Mississippi and in Florida and stuff like that, and it's being ruled as a suicide or an accident, not
Mm-hmm.
what it truly is. How does Black people are not going to hang themselves typically,
Yeah. They're
and
not
we're not going to hang ourselves
on a
with
tree.
two broken legs. How we get up there with two broken legs,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's something going on. It's something going on for real.
Yeah.
So I pray that we get justice for the family. I hope that it's not the way that I'm fearful that it's going to go.
Yeah. I 100% agree. And that's the thing too. Me being a lot of times I went to a probably 70% white, 30% black school. You be in the advanced classes, so you really the
Mm-hmm.
only black kid in the class.
Yeah.
And even my church, I was raised Catholic, so that church was majority white that I went
Mm-hmm.
to. Anytime it was like, even with the church trips, if it was overnight or something like that, my mom would be like, "Who's the other? Is it some black kids going with you? Because I need to know that you're not gonna be left out somewhere or
Right.
killed, or they gonna do some crazy hazing to you." And that was
Possible.
church. And
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Yeah, my friend, what you call it? They going." And she's like, "Okay, I know them. I know. Yeah, they gonna make sure everything stay good." And they,
Mm-hmm.
they family a little hood. So if it go crazy, they ready to, throw hands. I
Right.
was like, okay. and
Because
then even and then even with in the school, like, hey, you want to go on this beach trip and all that stuff. Yeah, if I go, I'm driving by myself. I'm getting in my car by myself. I'm not riding with nobody. And I'm gonna make sure you bring in your sister or somebody with you.
mm-hmm.
We're gonna make sure you're good.
Right.
Because they do microaggressions. They did it all day in class. So
Mm-hmm.
we knew that our parents knew that level of different things of like, we're not going to send you in an environment. And I think because we, a lot of times, especially depending on how you raise, because this is technically our generation of parents who are now leveling up, as you say, or going to and moving into these all white neighborhoods, that they
Mm-hmm.
think is more of something to brag about, that your child is the only black child in the school, but you're not teaching them to be aware of their environment when our parents
Mm-hmm.
did teach us those different things. So they not on the lookout because they think, oh, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not looking at race, or we're so far removed from that, when it's still people who
Mm-hmm.
don't mean you well.
Yeah. Like some of them really believe that racism ended when slavery, at the end of Civil War. And then you just sort of gloss over the whole Jim Crow era, another 120 years of foolishness. But, I really feel that there is, how like trauma is inherited. I also
Mhm.
think cruelty and hatred is inherited, and they pass that down generation to generation. Because if you meet like little children, little kids do not know race, or they just know like that's my friend Monique, that's my friend
Mhm.
Miracle. They
Yeah.
don't register the race stuff until they're taught that by their family,
Yeah.
and they pass this cruelty down. And that's what a lot of what we're seeing with the people on the lunatic far right. um, we're seeing all of this like the Chud the Builders and the Jake Langs.
Mhm.
They just replicate just meanness and cruelty, and that's why they age worse than us. Chud the butt plug is only 28 years old.
Looking like
He's
he already
only
over
he
40.
almost looks 40. But hatred ages you.
Mhm.
And so they pass that crap down. And so that's why it's not safe for us to be alone with all of them. There need to be, me and Monique, we together. We gonna stick
Hmm.
together. We're gonna stay together.
Yeah.
We gotta watch out for each other because we all we got, really.
Yeah, you have to be, especially in those environments, because they don't. A lot of people don't mean you well.
And they
And I,
tell the lie all the time. I don't see race. I don't see color. I just care about the character. Right, right, right.
hmm
And I've lived my life being the black friend, so I've been there. I'm not racist. I have a black friend,
you
and,
have one
and,
black friend.
and like that girl, the lady who, remember, she went to this slumber party with her white friends.
Tamara, it happened in Georgia. Yep.
hmm And then the next morning, she's found outside and she's had an accident, and nobody knows what happened.
hmm
We can't be by ourselves with them.
Yep. It can't happen, especially overnight trips.
hmm You need
Yes.
to, check in, be like women. Like women, when we go out, we are like we're going together. We're gonna stay together. I'm gonna watch you get in the car, watch you drive off. Like we do that. That's what you got to do with your
hmm
peoples if you are going into an all white environment because they don't welcome us like that in their environment.
hmm
They just don't. Like they're
They do.
scared of us, or I don't really know, but they don't welcome us like we welcome them.
Mm-mm. Yeah. So hopefully over the next few weeks we'll start hearing a little bit more about what actually happened. But
Well, his funeral is tomorrow,
okay.
so rest in power, young king.
hmm
You should still be here.
Yeah, and probably still would be here if it wasn't for his so-called friends.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunate. But moving along, we got Workday. We all had
Okay.
experience with Workday AI.
Whew.
So we got somebody, Derek Mobley alleges that Workday AI powered applicant screening tools rejected Black older 40 plus and disabled applicants. He said he was passed over for more than 100 jobs, often getting near instant rejection.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I know the judge just ruled that it may proceed to trial. So wow.
I need to join in that lawsuit because I know the workday rejection. I know firsthand when I employed, I applied to so many jobs, and so many jobs use Workday. So many. And I'm telling you, like I was sent in, it would be jobs that literally I have all the skills and the education for. Workday, instant rejection. And when I was a temp at a bank. And so the supervisor was like, Miracle, I want to hire you on. Go out there and fill out your application in Workday and then let me know and then I'll pull it and blah, 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 blah. I'm talking about I work work there. Instant rejection. Instant.
Wow.
And I don't even know how many times I've been rejected. Um, but it's been a lot. Like I didn't have a spreadsheet of what I applied to because I just knew, I was either being ghosted or instantly rejected.
hmm
And Workday, absolutely, absolutely,
Yeah.
yes, I believe it.
That's a,
Because I
that's
was over
insane.
40. I was over 40, and I'm black. But you might not know because my name isn't traditional, so you wouldn't
hmm
necessarily think that's an ethnic sounding name. But yeah, Workday. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But they do ask you to fill out the voluntary forms too, as once you submit your application. A lot of companies already have that done, and I know in
Mm-hmm.
Workday you have to select, your race,
Mm-hmm.
um, and different things like that, whether you're male or female, all that
Mm-hmm.
old archaic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I even know I want to say on LinkedIn, it was a young lady who applied to over like 100 jobs, and she said when she changed
Mm-hmm.
her race to white, she
She
got
started getting
all these
callbacks.
back.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And even sometimes when I did it, just to see if it was gonna work, I'll put two or more races, or I would say
Mm-hmm.
you are every black person in America is two or more races if you look at it, or you
Correct.
put white, and people would give me a call back and do interviews, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, and I'll change my name to like Mo or something like that. I'll shorten my name from Monique to Mo.
Well,
Just
Monique is not a white. I mean, it's not a ethnic sounding name. Monique could be white.
it could be, but sometimes Monique is more common in the for people born in the 80s is more black. It's more used as a
Because I
black
could
name.
see if you're like writing down Moesha, then then yeah.
They still get the name wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Monique is easy.
I had people call me Montague.
Monicue.
Hmm.
Okay. I mean, I've had a lot of weird spellings of my name too, like Mirical, Merical, Miracle. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I thought that was the easy one to spell. You've seen Miracle all your life. I mean, in your cabinet, Miracle Whip. You've seen this all your life. Y'all was give me all type of crazy spellings.
That's true. But even as we can see, AI kind of they're starting to train AI to do these biases and weed out people as far as race, age, and all this stuff. Because let's be
Mm-hmm.
real, they know they're gonna a person who is in their 40s or over 40 is gonna expect a higher pay because they
Mm-hmm.
more than likely have many years of experience
Mm-hmm.
versus a young person who they can try to pay a lower rate.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the things. It is a bias.
Like they did with us when we graduated college. They told us since birth, in order for you to be successful and get a good job, you need to get a degree. Okay, so I follow the path, go to college, get my bachelor's, and then it's time to start applying for jobs. What do you think happened? You don't have enough experience.
Hmm.
They want you to have, back then, they want you to have like 7 years experience.
Hmm.
I've been to school. So the experience I was supposed to have had was I was in school because you told me to go to school.
Exactly.
And then once you get a job, they want to pay you like $10 an hour, 25K annually,
Hmm.
30K annually. And you pay more than that in your tuition.
Exactly.
It's a scam.
Hmm.
And I would tell children today, I mean, it would be better, more beneficial instead of going to college. And if you have the interest, of course, getting a trade.
Yeah, because you'll make more
Sure will.
in a trade school, plumbing, mechanic, cars and
Welding,
fix, welding.
hair, nails.
Hmm. You'll just make more.
hmm Unlike, somebody like me who, has to, smile and, you know, play happy and chipper. Like, yeah, good morning. How are you doing? Good morning. How was your weekend? Oh, my weekend was fabulous.
The usual stuff.
Yep. It's like, whatever, whatever. Leave me
But
alone. I just want to clock in and go home. That's all.
exactly, but we can't do that
You did that
because
at
if
all.
you black, you don't want to come off as aggressive and offend everybody.
That's so
So,
insane to me. That is so insane. I've had that conversation too. I had a supervisor gaslight me a long time ago about me being intimidating and that I want to try and prove that I'm smarter than everybody else. And I'm like, no. If I have knowledge on a particular, subject matter, I just have knowledge on that subject matter. And the way
mhm.
that you react to that, that's a you problem. They don't have nothing to do with me. It's none of my concern. But back then, though, I really took that to heart that I am offending. People are scared of me,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just my supervisor was black, of course. Unfortunately, he was a jerk, and I wish nothing but the worst for him for the entirety of his life and his entire bloodline. Yeah, yeah. But he gaslit me majorly back then, and I fed into that stereotype of being aggressive. But it's not that we're aggressive. It's that we we want what's fair and what's right, and to be treated fairly, and we express like this is wrong. We're not just
Yeah.
going to sit here and hope and pray it gets better. We're just coming to tell you like this is an issue. Oh
Mm-hmm.
well, you're mean, and you're this and get that. Okay. And so a lot of people are more docile because I truly believe they're used to more a more authoritarian type of leadership structure, which is
Mm-hmm.
why some of them tend to vote a certain way
Yeah.
because they're used to a strong person be, the person, and you follow the leader,
And then they tell you, they talk at you.
and they
Yeah.
talk at you. Yeah. And y'all like that. You don't have to think.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember them days. Foolishness.
So
Foolish.
you work for yourself completely, right?
Yeah.
Y'all okay. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because
Must
they
be
were acting
nice.
crazy.
I bet. I bet.
Hey, we got customers though. So
That's all
sometimes
that
it's
matters.
like, hey,
Hmm.
and be foolish
When a
too.
door gets closed, God opens up a window.
Hey, so
And
I don't miss those days.
right. And you probably, had a bad experience, and then you got out, and then you were able to look back or see that they're hurting now. And it's like, good, Serge, all right. I hope y'all lose all y'all business. I hope y'all
Mhm.
go out of business.
Oh yeah, that's what I be wishing on several companies. I be like, I
Hmm.
wish, for their demise.
Hmm.
Especially when I presented stuff to them and they just stole my ideas and like all of a sudden now they're gonna implement it. What?
They love being us, and then but they don't like us. They love
Mm,
stealing from us, but they don't like us.
exactly.
It's funny. This is comical. Look, I need you to. Here's a book reading for everybody. There's a book called "Black People Invented Everything,"
It's true.
and it shows you all of the inventions that we have created that were stolen, because a lot of them think that they're the only ones that ever contributed to anything in this country. And when I was in
Mhm.
school, I used to ask myself, why are there no black people that did anything worthwhile? It's always the freaking George Washington Carver and the freaking Peanuts and Eli Whitney and the Cotton Gin, and then Martin
Mhm.
Luther King and Rosa Parks, and that was it.
Mhm.
But you never told us about, the guy that invented the elevator, or the guy who invented the traffic light, or the guy who perfected open heart surgery. Never told us none
Mhm.
of this. None of this. A
Yeah.
black woman invented the GPS.
Mhm. And we don't even get to learn about that. Like I
Mm-mm.
said, it's a very whitewashed history,
Mm-hmm.
especially, and then you have your Black History program, and it's the same people over and over again. So you
Mm-hmm.
never really learn about anything else.
Right.
And of course, we knew about Madam C.J. Walker.
If you're black and grew up in the 80s and 90s, you know about Madam C.J. Walker and got your hair pressed. You know
Exactly.
about
So,
Madam C.J. Walker.
and that was the because I didn't learn about Tulsa, Oklahoma till I was an adult.
Oh
So
yeah,
all these different things we
they
didn't
never
know.
talked about Tulsa, none of the
Hmm.
race riots, none of the lynchings. They didn't talk about any of that. I'm wondering if they did talk about Emmett Till, but they may not have.
I don't even remember them talking about it in school.
I know they did the Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King, as
Yeah.
per usual. Maya Angelou, her writings were used every Black History Month.
Yeah.
And it's just, I hate that you have to have history and then Black history. It's history.
Yeah, put it all together. If they
Yes.
want to get rid of all this stuff, like make it equal. Since everything supposed to be equal, put it in the history books.
I would like for them to stop pissing and moaning about a black mermaid or a black elf that pops up in one of their shows or movies. I saw on threads somebody was complaining about Napita, the young goat, the people.
The Odyssey, yeah, that book,
Right.
Odyssey. I mean, yeah, the movie now because they made it into a
I
movie.
understand this was set in Greece. However, Helen of Troy isn't really real.
I know it's fake characters.
So if they're not real, what does it matter if the character is black or white or whatever? These are not real characters. These are imaginary characters that would just happen to be drawn white at one point in time. If
Hmm.
she's a good actress and she can perform the role, it shouldn't matter if she,
Hmm.
whatever her ethnicity is. Now, when Jodie Turner Smith played Anne Boleyn, I thought, that's odd. Why have her play who we know was a white lady
Yeah,
when there are black queens that she could have portrayed? But I
yeah,
understand that the point was, she was the best for the role, and they weren't doing it based on race.
yeah,
Hey, fine with it, no problem. I saw, and I didn't complain about it, but the white male fragility is off the charts. Like, we're tired of them swapping races in video games. How many video games or movies have we watched growing up? How many videos on MTV did we watch growing up that had
hmm,
no black people, period? And
hmm,
we watched it anyway and didn't complain.
yep,
We didn't complain about it. There were no
exactly.
black people in The Sound of Music. That's one of my favorite movies. There are no black people in uh, Mary Poppins. I love Mary
Hmm.
Poppins. Pollyanna. We're no black people at all.
Hmm.
Did we piss and complain? Wasn't no black people. Wasn't no black people. But you have video games. The standard, if you play a human, is white.
Yep.
That's the standard.
Then the
They
temps
just
they be
started.
having.
They just started adding different complexions and different skin tones. They just started.
Yeah, because then the skin tones be crazy sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't have people, black people you can look at to create the correct skin tone and complexion.
Mm-hmm. Like that Asian um, foundation line that had the lady that did the social media person. She did an interview. I mean, a review, and the darkest shade was like a beige color. So then they decided to, throw in a dark shade, and it basically was like a black shoe polish like color was for the
I remember
black.
that.
Yes, it was like there was no variation in shades. It was just black, just jet black. Like, do y'all realize that we wear makeup too, and we spend a lot of money on makeup
We
too.
do. As Dior
Mm-hmm.
and Chanel.
And Chanel, there was a long time that the darkest shade that Chanel made was my complexion. That was the darkest, and the color is a deep beige. That's my color in Chanel, deep beige. Beige where?
Wow. They came a long way, I think.
They have come a very long way. Very long way. I mean, they're still not the best, but they've got a
Mhm.
better color selection than they had. So
Yeah.
now if you grew up in the 90s, we had slim pickings back then. The only
Yeah.
black line was fashion fair. And but being around all white people, they were Clinique heavy. They was Clinique.
I will see. Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. So it was hard for us to get, like to go to the grocery store and buy some Maybelline or CoverGirl, and you couldn't
Hmm.
tell the shades, and it was
I know.
always off, and
Yep, and just
it
made
just,
you look flaky and all
yep,
types
or
of stuff.
pale and gray. Oh, it was
Hmm.
terrible. It's much better now.
Yeah,
So,
they came a long way.
so they made a more diverse makeup line, but you want to have a less diverse population.
They, like I said, want to take over and consume, and I'm like, and also that brings up the fact like they bully a lot of the black cosplay people
Oh yeah.
online. I know
Hmm.
one girl, she self-canceled because of that, because of the bullying got so bad. It was a younger lady, and they just would bully her, tell her all this type of stuff. And I'm like, I don't even get that. Let people have fun and dress how they want to dress.
Right.
It don't matter. And half the time
Exactly.
the creators are like, we don't care. We pick, hey, that person, they can do whatever they want to, but you
Right.
want to police everything.
Everything. Everything is their business, and we have to always answer to, what are you doing here? Um, do you have a license to be here? And they expect us to like answer them and show them ID and prove to them that we belong where we say that we belong. No,
Hmm.
no, sir, no, ma'am. Mind your business.
Yeah, you want to police everything but Trump.
See, he's a Christian. He's the only Christian, and he's bringing America back.
The brainwashing is insane.
Like I don't understand how y'all are still on board with this. Like how many people have to die? More, I guess more white people have to die for them to care.
Pretty
Because
much.
because they cared about Renee Good and Alex Pretty. Oh, they was upset. And
Hmm.
so that's sort of, died down. So
Yeah.
they need to go ahead and, shoot some more white people for them to get fired up and angry, because I don't know how the midterm's gonna go, but it's gonna be the wild wild west.
Just a hot mess. It's gonna go like a hot mess.
Whatever, I'll cast my vote either way. I got my passport. I got mine when before Sleepy Joe left. I was like, let me go
Oh
ahead and
yeah,
get my passport now. And I'm
yeah.
so thankful I don't have to deal with potentially having a picture of that demon in my passport to celebrate the
Yeah,
250 years of America. Now
yeah.
do I want him in my I don't want him in my book.
He,
No.
he want to be in there for some reason.
He want his name on everything.
Yeah, I'm so happy that I went on and I got it while Joe
Hmm.
sleepy Joe was in office.
And but Sleepy Joe did stay awake in his meetings though. Unlike the diaper boy.
Yeah, he stayed awake in
He
his
stayed awake.
meetings.
Hmm. And
Now he
I
may
did
have been
not question his
confused.
judgment. Yeah, he was confused. I didn't question his judgment because he had capable people
People
around him.
behind him,
Hmm.
they could tell him, hey,
I
this
was all
might not
right.
be this thing. Yeah.
Hmm. But that one over there, the DEI administration, nobody is qualified. No one, not one individual in that group are qualified. Not
Mm-mm.
one. Not you could argue say Marco Rubio, but he has like no principles, and he decided to trade any principles that he allegedly had for access and for power, because he somehow believes that he's going to be president one day.
Mm-mm.
but
Now when we all get arrested.
but here's the yeah, but here's the thing, he thinks that he's one of them, right? I don't know if you
Mhm.
saw, but him, Hegseth, Keg's breath, and Poopy Pants were at a thing, and Marco translated into Spanish for the Spanish speakers. The drunk comes and goes, well, I don't know any Spanish. All I know is American. I said, see? See, you are not, no matter how you try, you
Mm-hmm.
will never be white. I'm
I know.
sorry. You're white adjacent, but you're not white.
Exactly.
Vivek Ramaswamy, they told you that they weren't going to vote for you because you were Indian. They said this to your face. Ann Coulter said it to your face. I, I agree with your point of view. I agree with your politics, but I can't vote for you because you're Indian.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Nikki Haley. Your name ain't Nikki, number one, but why'd you call yourself Nikki? Because of racism. You're not
Mm-hmm.
white and you never will be. I'm sorry,
Mm-hmm.
Nimarata. You are
Yep.
not white.
Yeah, that's the thing they don't get. That's the thing they don't get.
They got to learn the hard way. They got to have their, you know how you have your nigga wake up call. So they have to have their
Yeah.
niggas for accents wake up call.
Yep. Pretty pretty much. And speaking of not realizing, I know you kind of told me about this, the Asian boycott. So
Hmm.
provide some information on that.
Okay, happily. So basically, when the young man who was unalived by the what is they were Chinese, I think, um, gas station owners, they had
Mm-hmm.
accused him of stealing some water, and so the boy felt uncomfortable, so he left. He did not steal anything. They chased him out of the gas station a little ways and ended up shooting him in the back. So after the trial, he was acquitted, which is wild to me that he was acquitted, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
A conversation online in the Black community started forming about how we are treated in Asian restaurants, in the nail shops, because primarily Vietnamese have all of the nail shops and the some of the they say in Alabama the Arabs, but some of the Arab country like Pakistani people they have or Indians have gas stations stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and that the nail salons and the beauty supply stores are in primarily Black neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
They treat us in these establishments like they watch us. They always accuse us of stealing, like being in a nail salon with if I walk in versus if Becky walk in. Oh, hey Becky, how are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
They're real just gung ho about them, and they're down on us. And
Mm-hmm.
they're in our neighborhoods, and they do not um, contribute anything back into the neighborhood. And so we were like, well, we're gonna, just like we did with Target, we're going to, not patronize you guys because you don't appreciate us and you don't appreciate our Black dollars. And
Mm-hmm.
if anybody needs to be uh, banding together, it's every person that is not white, but they want to be white adjacent. And but the people that are propping you up are Black, but
Mm-hmm.
you want to go against Black people to be with white people, but we
Mm-hmm.
are putting money in your pocket. So then they started coming out with videos talking about we don't need the Black community, we don't care, y'all don't even uh, have businesses of your own, and y'all don't support each other, y'all don't have any prosperous cities or whatever. Yeah, that's a good point that we don't, because every time that we do try to have a prosperous city and be self-sufficient, your people that you love so much, they love to come and blow it up and destroy it and
Mm-hmm.
kill everybody. So yeah, that's why a lot of things have been going on with us, but they don't seem to understand that their businesses are redlined because they don't want you in their neighborhoods either.
Mm-hmm.
So you're redlined and you can only open businesses in Black neighborhoods because you're redlined too. And it's like your anger is misplaced. You don't like us for whatever reason. That's cool. But we didn't put you in internment camps. We didn't do it to you.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't, you know, force you to build a railroad. We didn't do that to you. We didn't blow up Japan with an atom bomb, not once but twice. We didn't do that to you. We didn't
Mm-hmm.
invade Vietnam. Y'all did. I mean, they did that. But
Yep.
you hate us though, and we haven't done anything to you. We haven't done anything to anybody. Nothing
Yep.
to anybody. Like we honestly don't care about what y'all are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, do not care at all. But here y'all come. But so yeah, we have been boycotting, so to speak, the beauty supply stores until they start to get their mind right.
Yeah. And
Because
start contributing back to the community at least.
mhm, or they get it together. Now I went to the beauty supply store yesterday because I needed flexi rods, and it was an emergency. It was a she emergency. I had to give me some flexi rods, but the lady but I had been to this store before, and the guy that owned it was nice to me, and was like, hey, I love your hair, So I was like, I'll give y'all a shot because I mean, you were nice, and you
Mm-hmm.
greeted me when I walked in, so I'll give y'all some grace. So, I bought me some flexi rods, but I don't typically shop at the beauty supply stores either because I have felt watched, like I'm going to steal something. And I really feel uncomfortable
Mm-hmm.
because, like, the girl, she was at the counter and I'm just walking, I was looking for some hair oil, and I could see her doing like this to me. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
really? Really? I was like, you see all these mirrors here? Like, you think I would really steal in here?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't frequent them too much anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
they, like I said, it's a shame. But I know the case. I looked up the case you were talking about. So it was Chow.
Child.
His,
Mm-hmm.
uh-huh.
Him and
Uh,
his son
mm-hmm.
chased
So,
that boy.
yep, Cyrus Cormac Belton is who they killed. He was
Mm-hmm.
14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
This was in South Carolina.
Another
They
another
over
slave state
4 bottles of water.
that was not taken.
He
There were no
chased
water taken. No, none. Zero. Go ahead.
130 yards. He chased him out this store for bottles of water.
Bottles of water. So we're not even worth. We're worth killing for a bottle of water. Really? A gun for water? Why didn't you just call the police, you know,
Exactly.
and do a police report? They would have found him.
Yeah, because he had cameras and different things
Correct.
that identify and all this advanced upgrades to his cameras to for face recognition and all this stuff. And you
Hmm.
felt the need to chase somebody for 4 bottles of water that you claim he stole.
And wasn't no water. But then it was, well, he had a gun, but the gun wasn't displayed. He was shot in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So even if he had a gun, if he had an arsenal of guns, it wouldn't have mattered. But have you noticed that when it's a black person with a gun or a black person defends themselves, it's a problem. But you can get Kyle Rittenhouse, who went from across state lines to go to a protest and killed, did he kill one person or two?
I
I think
think
it
it
was
was
one.
two.
Okay.
Well, one was injured and I think one was killed, if I
Okay.
remember correctly.
Okay. And he gets off. And he is, they had him on their shoulders like a hero. And they're like, if you want a career in politics, I'll sponsor you. Who the one that killed Trayvon? Zimmerman.
Zimmerman, George Zimmerman.
Mm-hmm. They propped him up too.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's homeless and broke, and well, I mean, if you are a POS,
Mm-hmm.
that's what happened to you.
Exactly.
So I have, I wish nothing but the worst for him too. Nothing but the worst for uh, Derek Chauvin. And,
Mm-hmm.
and I love how they always want to throw in our face about George Floyd. They're like, George Floyd's been sober for 5 years today.
I know that's yeah.
Like, why are y'all even bringing him up? But y'all want to get mad about Neck Boy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why he's looking up to us from hell.
Exactly where Lindsey Graham is now that he's been collected.
Lindsey gone. If Mitch is still alive, um, he will be there shortly. Um, Rush Limbaugh's there. Hulk
Mm-hmm.
Hogan is there. Like I said, the Grim Reaper, he's hitting the right age group. He's getting it
Mm-hmm.
right, but he's just missing that one
That one person we need him to
that
take.
one
That
target.
one person.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, come on, come on. It's too close.
Yeah.
I mean, Lindsey Graham was a good pick, though. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a great pick.
This
Hmm.
game collected him real quick.
Because he has absolutely no principles whatsoever. It's like when John McCain died, that was the end of it with him.
Yeah, everybody just fell off the deep end.
Just completely. You said that dude was a racist and a bigot, and he was going to be the destruction of y'all's party.
Mm-hmm.
And he told the truth. You told the truth, but you went ahead and
I know, right there in his
you joined the
face.
team. Personally, it couldn't be me. If I hate you on Monday and I think that you're an evil person and I'm calling you America's Hitler,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to try and be a part of your administration.
Mm-hmm. All in there. He
Mm-mm.
he was all in.
There's no way. There's no way. None. No way. Why would I want to be associated with a dude that craps in his diaper like minute by minute? Like, I'm good. I'm good. And they need to put him out the pasture. But that drooping lip and that that neck of his that looks like
Mm-hmm.
a vag, that vag
Mm-hmm.
chin. Oh God. But I'm glad that the white trash tour at the White House was a failure. I was happy about that. I was happy
Are you
about
talking
that.
about the what day? What was that? The whole Freedom Festival thing?
Yes, I was glad that was a complete flop. Because
I didn't even hear nothing about it after
ex-
everybody dropped out.
hmm and it goes to show. It should show the brain dead idiots that still go along with this. Y'all really are the minority. Really, a great. I mean, I know 70 million people voted for this, but there was and 71 or 75 voted for Kamala, and there was a good portion that didn't vote at all. So if you
Mm-hmm.
add the people who didn't vote and the people who voted against it, there are more of us against than for. They just have a better propaganda operation than the other side, which
Yeah, that's true.
I don't understand why they weren't on board with when Fox News happened back during the Bush years. Should have been enough for y'all to have some counter programming because
Mm-hmm.
Rush Limbaugh riled them up on the radio, and then you got Fox News,
Mm-hmm.
and then it really cranked up when Obama got elected. Like they lost their collective
Yeah.
minds when Obama got elected, and so then the Tea Party stuff started. This was
Mm-hmm.
back in 2010. I remember this
Yeah.
vividly. And
Yeah.
at this point in time, I was thinking, surely y'all have something to counter this. Surely y'all are on this when they were doing all the gerrymandering and the redistricting.
Mm-hmm.
Surely y'all were on top of this, right? No, we
Mm-hmm.
weren't on top of it. So what do we have now? We have the South that is gerrymandered beyond all hope. Like when they were
Mm-hmm.
like, we're gonna, gerrymander the one or the two black districts out the state. Dude, it don't even really matter because it's ran by you dumbasses anyway, from
Mm-hmm.
top to bottom.
Yep.
So me having a representative, Terry Sewell and Shamari Figures, that's wonderful and all, but
Mm-hmm.
we have Republican governor, Secretary of State. I mean, all maggots,
Mm-hmm.
all we are supported and approved by Trump. Like we're screwed anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, y'all have a better chance in Georgia than here, but I mean, like we're
Yeah.
gerrymandered to hell here.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I say, same coin, different sides. Because if they wanted to fix it, they would have been fixed it.
This is
They
true.
haven't.
This is true. And people like Cory Booker, Mr. APAC himself, who loves telling wonderful speeches. He speaks so eloquently and
Mm-hmm.
with such feeling. Like when he did that 24-hour uh, 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 filibuster,
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. I had a brief glimmer, sliver of some type of hope that there was going to be some type of a fight back. And then what does he do after? We all are like, oh, wonderful Cory Booker. We love that he gave that speech. We loved hearing it. Then he goes and he votes for Kushner to be the ambassador to wherever he's the ambassador to. The Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's a goofy Walker.
Herschel Walker.
Herschel Walker. Woo, Lord, I'm even going to start on him. But yeah. And your rationality was, well, he supported me before. But how was
Yeah.
it that the Republicans was able to slow up Obama's agenda in the minority so effectively,
Mm-hmm.
but the Democrats who were in the minority are unable to do anything
Mm-hmm.
to slow or stop anything? It's amazing to me. It's
Yep.
utterly amazing that y'all will vote along with confirming these nominees who suck. The drunk, the Fox News host drunk should not have been confirmed. He should have been laughed
Mm-hmm.
out of there. He has absolutely no business leading the Pentagon, the Department of War. And you out here
Mm-hmm.
running around talking about we want to start testing and treating the men in the military for low testosterone. Don't you have something bigger to worry about?
I know.
Like, y'all are idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Every last one of them are idiots. This whole parasite thing with the lettuce,
Mm-hmm.
when y'all defunded, the research. I mean, they had defunded the people who were studying and would warn us about this
Yeah, exactly.
because
The
y'all don't like
testing
science.
field.
Somebody should have told y'all, and I believe someone did tell y'all about draining the reflecting pool, painting it blue, that it was going to increase the heat, which would increase algae formations.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because science is like these are things that we were taught in school.
Mm-hmm.
So you have all of that heat just being held in a stagnant pool of water. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to create algae. And
Mm-hmm.
then the blue was popping up. But then the argument is, oh, it was some Democrats that came and vandalized reflecting pool. How, Sway? How? How? It's science. It's science. Y'all are. I mean, I'm just in amazement. I'm dreading flu and cold and flu season this year,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
'cause they ain't doing nothing. They didn't let go of half the people.
And then it's going to be great when all of these people from Florida, since they are not required to have vaccines anymore, all of these viral plague filled children visit and spread that mess here. I feel bad for the childrens. I feel
Mm-hmm.
bad for them because there's going to be a lot of sick kids. I mean, the fact that measles came back
Mm-hmm.
is pretty embarrassing to be a first world country to have an outbreak of measles.
Yep.
What's next? We're gonna have an outbreak of polio? Probably.
We might dealing with them. We got,
Polio, rubella, all that's gonna come back.
RDJ Jr., running everything.
A person who self-admitted that he had brain worms and that he
Mm-hmm.
snorted coke off of a toilet seat, who has no medical license
Yes,
or
nothing.
qualifications whatsoever. I could see Rand Paul. Would I have liked Rand Paul to run the CDC, the Health and Human Services? No. But Rand Paul's a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Rand Paul? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Rand Paul.
He's a doctor.
Yeah.
He's a quack. And he's an ignorant racist, but he still has a medical degree. So
Mm-hmm.
that puts you in a higher, classification than RFK. And I feel so bad for his family. And I know his father and his uncle are rolling in their graves.
With that ignorance he running around spouting.
Hmm. Yes. Like, oh, Black children need to go to camp so they can be reparented. Really
Mm-hmm.
now? Really?
Yep.
But the Black kids aren't shooting up the schools, though.
Exactly.
Or they're not
Mm-hmm.
essaying little children, though.
Yep.
Now, that's on your side of the camp. Y'all love touching children.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all love having child PORN all on your computers
Yep.
while you have a cross in your bio on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm God, country, and Trump,
Pretty
and
much.
and you arrested for child PORN.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. It's very ironic that y'all
But
like
they, yeah.
kids. That's why they're so worried about children and um, men going into the women's bathrooms. I'm just like, when I hear it, I say to myself, have women not gone into a women's bathroom? Because in my over 30 years on earth, I have never walked into a women's bathroom, not one public restroom, and seen another woman's nether regions
Mm-hmm.
ever. We have doors on our stalls. Now, I know in the men's bathroom,
They
you
don't like
know,
them doors.
you have your urinals and then you have some stalls and some of the doors be missing.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all have issues in the men's bathroom. We
Mm-hmm. I
don't
don't know.
see each other in the women's bathroom.
Mm-mm.
It's a stall, a door. We come out, wash our hands, and exit. Some of them don't
Exactly.
even wash their hands, but we exit. There's no, looking under stalls and trying to see, what's going on. Or, are you a man? Are you a woman? We don't do
Mm-hmm.
any of that. Now, maybe in the locker room at the gym, I can kind of go along with, yeah, you really don't want, even if you're transgender, as long as you have to like fully transition or be in the
Mm-hmm.
process of transitioning, I don't have a
Yeah.
problem with. But yeah, that's why they're so focused on kids because they touch children.
Mm-hmm.
They want to, they voted to have child marriage legal.
That's what they had. They
They
care
love
about
kids.
them young.
They love the children. They love the kids,
Mm-hmm.
but in the wrong way. So yeah, whenever I hear any of them talk, I tune out completely because I mean, Y'all do too much stuff. Y'all do too much stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The corruption is just monumental. Like y'all cannot talk about anybody ever again, about
Mm-hmm.
anything ever again.
Nope.
Y'all can't talk about national security when y'all allowed somebody to get a jet from one of our enemies.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a reason why Air Force One is Air Force One, because they have
Mm-hmm.
all of the secret stuff on there. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, all that secret stuff that we need for the person
Mm-hmm.
who runs the country,
To
right?
have.
To have, right? Yeah. But you want to put gold leaf on everything, that tacky gold everywhere. It's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
That mess is awful.
He wants to keep doing it everywhere.
Tear down the East Wing, you drug up the Rose Garden, and your focus is a ballroom because every few months we have to have an imaginary assassination attempt. We'll have another one. I guarantee we'll have another one close to
Yeah,
midterm.
post election.
Yep,
Yep.
because we always do that. It's either going to be the a caravan of refugees somewhere trying to invade the country, so that's going to get them riled up about that and the border,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's going to be another assassination attempt
Uh-huh. So they can try to get some votes.
to scare people into voting, and it'll work. There'll be a lot of people who I guess they enjoy being played with. Like I don't know how you can't see that you're being manipulated. If you look at
Mm-hmm.
his ear from the first attempt,
Mm-hmm.
if he was grazed by an AK-47, no, I'm sorry, an AR-15 rifle bullet, them things
Mm-hmm.
are huge. I shot an AR. They're huge. There is no way that he would not have a scar on his ear, and he's old. So of course he's not gonna heal as well as a younger person because he's old as hell.
Mm-hmm.
You have no scar whatsoever on that ear.
Set
No
up.
scar. None.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that was an inside job. It was planned, and that the guy that died just caught a stray.
Yep.
But it was planned.
Oh, it definitely was planned because, like I said, he want that sympathy.
You wasn't shot, and then how is it that you have a ear dripping in blood, and you're being protected by the Secret Service, yet you're able to stand up
And raise your fist
and
and
yeah, you were just shot at, and they're supposed to protect you. They were on top of you,
mm-hmm.
and but then you can stand up and okay. So that's what I call a lie, and
Mm-hmm.
it didn't make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, it's not true.
Yep. That's that's what they're gonna do.
Hmm.
Okay. So we gonna have to, like I said, you better have your passports
For real, skis. I
and
mean,
be
you
ready.
you never know. I mean, yeah, I've been looking at places where American refugees can go. One of my subs on YouTube said I can come to Canada, and she said we'll sponsor you. I said, you know what? I may hold you to that.
I know you might have to get
I
out.
may I may have to come because I don't even know. I don't even know. This is a hot mess. That's a hot mess, and I didn't think that it was going to deteriorate this fast. I thought that he would at least it would take him time to destroy everything. But I mean, he did it in record time.
Yeah, they've been waiting. You've been chomping at the bits for this.
And it's
So,
all because all of the responsible, more principled people have been purged out of the party.
mhm.
That's wild to me. That's wild. Like John McCain, they disrespect John McCain. That is
Yeah.
wild to me.
Hmm.
That's crazy. that y'all support the dude that said that, you don't like him, you don't care about him because he was captured. The
Mm,
person, like, I didn't agree with John McCain on everything, but the fact that he, stayed with his group and he was
mhm,
disabled by, for that, I mean,
mhm,
that's amazing. I mean, that's a lot of character. I give him his props
mhm.
for that.
Yeah.
Now, the racist stuff, I try, I'm with, I believe he racist now
Yeah.
because he fought against having MLK Day holiday in
Yep. He was the only
Arizona.
one that voted
Mm-hmm.
against it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, while I give him his credit, but see, that's the beauty. See, that's the difference between some of us and some of them.
Mhm,
We look at the totality. Like, yeah,
mhm.
he did some jacked up stuff, but he did
Yeah.
one or two good things too. And I give you credit for the good that you did, but it doesn't completely cancel out the jacked up stuff that you did,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, and I say on the campaign trail when they were like, Obama not an American. He wasn't born here. He did say,
Hmm.
no, that's not true. That's
Right.
not true. You know,
And,
so
and and I give him kudos for that, for not allowing the lie to just
the
run free.
foolishness, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we have a difference of opinion, but he's a good person. He's a good man. Has a great family, a God fearing man. That's all you got to say. But
Hmm.
not these folks today. Oh, Barack Hussein, Obama, Michelle is a man. Why bring her up? She's not even first lady anymore. Barack
No.
Obama, he did this. It's Obama's fault. He hadn't been president in a decade.
Yeah, it's been 10 years.
Why
You
are y'all
still
bringing him
blaming
up?
stuff on him?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, we had to work because we had to turn this around because of the bad job that Joe Biden did. Listen, he didn't have perfect circumstances. He wasn't a perfect president.
Hmm.
However, I was not up late at night scared for my life.
Hmm.
I did not
Wondering
on a
what's going
daily
to happen.
basis. Yeah, like I didn't wonder like on a daily basis what stupid thing was he going to say and embarrass us on the
Hmm.
world stage. Uh, the nastiness is, I hate it. It's just, I liked the nice nasty conservatives, like the
Yeah.
George Bushes. Like, I didn't like W back in the day, but
Mm-mm.
I didn't think that he was evil, though. I thought he was incompetent.
Yeah, he was an idiot,
He was an
but
idiot, but I didn't think that he
mhm,
was like,
yeah.
I didn't say that he was a racist. He may have had some bigoted tendencies because he's white and the guy and rich.
Hmm.
So he might have had some bigoted tendencies,
Hmm.
but I didn't think that he was racist, except for the Katrina thing. Like, yeah, that
Yeah,
really solidified that
yeah,
racist thing.
yeah. He got some
Yeah,
racism
there's some racism there, but not like the Klansmen that we got now.
today,
I
showing
mean,
out.
he stood back and stood by. So if I could go back to the W days, I'd go back. I mean,
Hmm.
even 9/11, like the right after 9/11 on, it's like, yeah, Iraq and the Abu Ghraib, and remember when all those people was getting beheaded?
Hmm.
That was crazy too.
Yeah, it was all on the internet.
Hmm. And I remember I watched the Nick Berg when the first guy that we had
Hmm.
heard about, and that gave me nightmares. Actually, even though I believe he was already dead when they did it, though.
Oh yeah, because the way it looked. Hmm.
Hmm. Now, when I saw some of those ISIS videos, now they was alive
Hmm.
when they was beheading them in the desert. They
Hmm.
was just all you saw was just sand and blue, and then the guys behind them, and you saw the American, there. And then I can't remember what the guy's name was, but he was alive.
Hmm.
Like, that's jacked up, man.
Yeah.
Um, the people that was I saw they were in like a cage, and then they had gasoline, like a line of gasoline, and they doused the guy in the gasoline and they lit it on fire, and it just went all the way, and then the guy just in the cage. ISIS wasn't to play with.
Mm-mm.
ISIS was scarier than Al Qaeda. ISIS was nothing to play with.
Yeah.
They was on something different.
Yeah, these times, we'll do a special episode though for y'all. We're gonna do the deep dive into the politics and midterms again. So,
God be with us.
but that's all we got for tonight. Y'all have a good night.